Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today we have the very first build that I created for the new Cottage Living pack. Is that what it's called? I always forget and I always get them mixed up. But anyway, this is the first build that I made when the new pack came out. I'm recording this voiceover on the day that I'm uploading it, by the way, so you guys, if you're watching it on the day I upload, hey, I'm rushing to finish this. Anyway, so for this build, I really wanted to do it like a cottage up on like a tiny little hilltop, and it took me so long to work with the terrain tools. You guys know that I don't use terrain tools very often because it takes so long, but I really wanted to do it for this build, and so I was doing a lot of fidgeting with it, and so I had to cut like a lot of it out. But honestly, you guys didn't miss much of anything because if anything, I was just fixing it so that the walkway would be more level and flat, and the top hill would be flat enough so I could fit the house on top, and big enough so that I can fit the house on top. So anyway, I cut a lot of that out. This video is still pretty long. I tried to cut out as much as I possibly could without taking away from the good stuff that you guys want to see. So, and I say that every time, but this is close to a 30-minute video. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, the screenshots are about, I want to say like 3 minutes from the end. So you can skip to that if you want. But for those of you who want to stay and listen to me talk, you can go ahead and keep watching. So right now I'm doing some of the landscaping. I definitely wanted to use like a lot of flowers and greenery for this, just to fill in all of the dead space around like the hilly areas, I guess. And I also wanted to put a fence around the whole lot, but because of like the weird hill, I couldn't really do that. So you'll see I'm gonna put it around like the front and then like the right side of the lot, which looks perfectly fine. I just wanted it to be fenced in because I did add a chicken coop, and I wanted this one just to have a chicken coop, and I don't know, I wanted it to be fenced in just because it seems like a lot of people that do their gameplay want to have the chicken coop like in a little fenced in area, so that's what I tried doing. Also, let me know how you like this pack so far. I don't do a lot of gameplay, for those of you who are new. I mostly just do builds, so I don't know what all goes into the gameplay of this pack really, but I did try my best to furnish it and add things that would help with gameplay, or what I think would help with gameplay, so let me know how you're liking the pack. I did do a bit of like small gardening and chicken raising just for the sake of this video and getting screenshots, but I didn't do anything major, and don't plan on there being any sort of a gameplay series for this from me, because there will not be. But if you want to see a lot more builds for this pack, you should go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I am currently working on building and recording a whole bunch of lots for this build, for this pack. So I've got a lot of great ideas, and a lot of things are currently in the works, and so I'm gonna be trying to release like a lot of videos the next 2 weeks. So if you want to keep up with those, you should subscribe so you don't miss them. But anyway, I currently have 2 cottage living builds up on the gallery, so if you want to go ahead and look at those, it is this build, and then I also have the second build, which I am going to edit the speed build of tomorrow. So those are the 2 builds that are on the gallery right now. So if you want to look at them or download them or whatever, my origin ID, or my gallery ID, is lean_cuisine2, and you will also be able to find that in the description of this video. So This was also the first build that I did with the new pond tool, and I had some trouble figuring out how exactly it worked, because I had an idea that it was going to work similar to the Sims 3 pond tool, but it was very, I don't know, weird with like the terrain tools, because I don't use terrain tools that often. And so I had to like lower the ground, but then I still wanted to keep like the slight hill that went up to like the main big hill. And so I had some issues with that, but I think I filled it in nice, so it doesn't look that bad. And then you'll see those new little patches that I put over the pond. Those are like new. So you can add like fireflies and dragonflies and ducks and swans to your pond just by like putting down those little patches. And it's super cool. And I also figured out that you can put the non-animal ones, like the bug patches, you can put them anywhere on the lot besides just in the water. So if you wanted fireflies by your front door or in like the flowers and stuff, you could put a firefly patch there and they would show up in gameplay at night. So that's another cool thing. I don't know if many people have really tested it out yet, but I did test it out on my second build that I just finished today. So there's a little tip for you. And the fireflies do look super cute. I love them, and they definitely make builds look more realistic and more, I don't know, I guess magical. So yeah, I love them. So anyway, now we're getting into the actual build of the house. I got my inspiration from, I think it was like a painting or something that I found on Pinterest, and the general shape of the house looks like what it does from the front side, but then the back side is where I was trying to get more creative. And so the house, and I know some of you might find this really weird, the house ended up looking a little wacky and different as far as like the roof shaping that I did. But I promise that it turns out looking really good. So hang in there with me. But I definitely wasn't planning on making it look so weird. But I think in the end, after I kind of finished up like adding the finishing touches around the outside of the build, I think it actually works and it looks really nice. So it's not the usual like style of build that I normally do, and it's not like the normal type of house that I normally build, but I was trying to go out of my comfort zone and make it more interesting to look at than just like a little box of a house. So yeah, and I definitely wanted to have like a blue roof on this one. I was trying to go for like a white and blue vibe on the outside. And this little, I don't even know what you call this roofing, like the tin roofing had like a grayish blue swatch. And so I felt like that fit perfectly with the build. I was gonna say something else, but now I forget what I was gonna say. Anyway, so the windows and the doors with this pack, I absolutely love them. They're beautiful. I think the windows and doors are the main reason that I actually bought this pack, because when the pack first was announced, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, it's mostly just gonna be a gameplay expansion. And then when I saw all of the creators doing like the build buy review and stuff like that, I was like, wow, there is not that many objects included in this pack. And for like an expansion pack, that was like shocking to me. So I was a little upset that we didn't get as many build buy items. And I wish that they would have included the country kitchen kit in this pack instead of me having to pay separate for it, because those counters and cabinets that came with the kit are very, very similar to the kitchen set that we get in this expansion pack. They're slightly different in the color swatches and like the hardware that's on the drawers and stuff. But honestly, they could have been in this expansion. And like comparing to the interior design pack we got, which was a game pack, that one got 2 kitchen counter swatches with cabinets, and this expansion pack only got 1. So, in my opinion, they could have added more things. And I think for a farming type pack like this one, they definitely could have added more farming equipment type stuff that I think everyone was really wanting to begin with. Like the farming equipment that came in a CC creator, Arnie, they made a whole farming mod for The Sims, and that mod has everything that I think everyone was wanting to begin with. So yes, I still think The Sims 4 is going heavily downhill, but I will say that this pack has a lot of cute objects and build buy stuff that I actually really like. So do I think it's worth it? I would say that if you are an avid builder like me, I would say yes, it's worth it. If like cottage core and like farming and like the outdoors is your favorite thing in the whole world, yes, it's worth it. If you are just a Sims player who honestly doesn't care much about, you know, the outdoors, farming, cottage style vibes, if you're like more of a modern person, I would say this pack is not for you. And I would say that you will not enjoy most of the things that come in this pack. However, I will say that it does go well with a lot of the packs that we already have. I guess I can list a few of them. So this goes well with Cats and Dogs, Seasons, Get Together, Realm of Magic, and what is the camping one? What is it called? Outdoor Retreat. Yeah. So those 5 packs I feel like go very, very well with this, and obviously the Country Kitchen Kit goes well with this. So if you have those 5 packs, then I would say yeah, this one would definitely match the aesthetic of all of those very well. I would say Cats and Dogs and Seasons go well with this pack if you like a lot of the landscaping things, as well as the animals that come along with this. And then, you know, obviously Cats and Dogs comes with like barn style things. So that pack would really help complete the look of this one. If you wanted to create the whole farm thing with like a barn and all that. So definitely this pack, Seasons and Cats and Dogs, if you like those things. And I say that this pack goes well with Get Together because this pack comes with a lot of like wall ivy, and you'll see that I use some of it. You kind of, I won't say that you need it, but the Get Together ivy kind of fills in where this ivy from this pack doesn't, and I think they go well together. Also, this pack and the Get Together pack would go great if you're very into like medieval, like D&D, Skyrim style stuff. I did create a tavern for one of my videos just, I think last week. Not last week. It was probably like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. I've lost track of all time. But anyway, that tavern that I built would go great in the town square in Henford on Bagley. That's the name of this town. So yeah, so Get Together and this pack would go great if you enjoy the off-the-grid, olden days, medieval style Skyrim stuff. So I would say if you are a fan of all those, then definitely get this pack, especially if you have Get Together. I also say that Outdoor Retreat goes well with this pack because Obviously, both of them are like outdoorsy, but definitely if you want to create like a cottage home that is more rustic feeling, more outdoorsy, then I would say that Outdoor Retreat is a good one to add, just because Outdoor Retreat comes with a lot of like foliage and stuff for the outside, and then it also comes with a lot of like raw wood type furniture. If you have the pack, you know what I'm talking about. Like there's like tree stump chairs and tables and like rocks and stuff. So yeah, it goes well with that one too. And an honorable mention, I will say, that goes with this one is going to be, let me think. I was gonna say honorable mention could be Jungle Adventure, but then again, it's kind of a different aesthetic, different style. Even though it is outdoorsy, it's a different type of outdoorsy just because it's in a different location of the world. I will say Nifty Knitting, obviously, because because they added cross stitch into this pack, which could have been a Nifty Knitting, or Nifty Knitting could have been added in this pack, but you know, we're not going to talk about that today. So I had one more on my list and now I can't even think of it. It'll come back to me later. Oh, I remember, the romantic garden stuff. I used a bit of it in this build just because there's like a lot of greenery and like flower and plants that I love from that pack, and I use all the time. And then the bench that I put by the pond is from romantic garden stuff. So that's another one of those packs that go well with this one just because it's got a lot of plants and outdoorsy type things, you know? All right, I think that's everything I had to say about that. So another thing is when I logged out and I logged back in because I needed to do something, and then I came back on to do screenshots and stuff. Well, when I came back on to do screenshots, I realized that it had deleted all of my terrain paint that obviously you saw me just finish. So I had to go back in and redo the terrain paint for the posting that I did on the gallery and for the screenshots and stuff. So if it looks a little different, it's not my fault, it's the game's fault. But I tried to do it as similar as I did on here, but even if it does look different, I don't think it's gonna be that noticeable. So just in case you guys were wondering if you did notice. Also, I added this like chimney on the left side of the house because I needed more space on that lower wall without windows, and I felt like a fireplace would have been the best way to eliminate some windows. Also, the floor plan for this house was like really difficult for me. I think just because it's so small, I wasn't planning on it being as small as it was when I was imagining it. And so like when I finally got to the inside and I was trying to furnish, I was like, oh, where's the table gonna go? Where's the couch gonna go? How am I gonna fit a whole kitchen in this space? Oh no, where am I gonna put a bathroom? So I ran into a lot of those issues, which you guys won't really be able to see when I'm doing this. I mean, you'll see me move around some things quite a bit, but I am happy that I added that little bump out on the front from the roofing, just because that actually gave me space to add a bathroom. It's a very small bathroom, but I tested it and it is functional. Yeah, if I didn't add that little bump out, I think I would be very stuck as to wondering where I would fit everything that I wanted in this house. So I'm glad that I added that, because it gave more space for a bathroom and a bedroom in the upstairs. Yay! Now we're on the inside. So the little sunroom area with the wallpaper, I was originally planning on being the dining room, but then I realized that a couch is not going to fit in front of that fireplace because it would just look so awkward with how short I made the wall and it would just be very tight, especially because I'm putting that kitchen on the back wall by the back door. So I had to like readjust and move a whole bunch of stuff, and in the end I think it turned out to be a good layout, and I was able to actually fit a living room and an extra seating area in the downstairs. If you don't want the extra seating area, you can always add like a desk or something, if your sim is like a writer, or you can add like an easel if your sim is a painter. You know, any of that stuff would fit in there for sure if you don't want the little seating area that I put in front of the fireplace. So as far as the kitchen, the new fridge, amazing, love it. It works in modern situations and in like this old country vibe. I'm definitely going to use that in a lot of builds from now on. The cabinets and stuff, very similar to Country Kitchen, as I let you know. But they are a little bit different, and in my opinion, I think the swatches on these counters are a lot nicer than the ones we got in the kit. So just putting that out there. Also, the little light that I put in the wall in the kitchen is beautiful, and I love it, and it's like one of my favorite items in this pack. It's like a little DIY like mason jar fairy light thing. It's really cute, and I kind of want to make one for my own apartment, like IRL. So look out for a DIY video. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. I don't know. No, I'm a Sims YouTube channel. Well, technically it could be a Sims video, I guess, if I labeled it like recreating Sims 4 items for my house IRL. That's a long title. All right, never mind. Scratch that idea. That's never happening. Anyway, my theme for this house was definitely to keep like the white and blue color vibes. I changed the kitchen cabinet colors to yellow because I didn't like the pink curtain that was on the blue cabinets. So I switched them to yellow with like the blue curtain on the cabinets because I felt like it looked better. Anyway, so now you'll see kind of like the whole layout of the house is really coming together. I definitely messed around with it a whole lot, especially like here with the terrain. I had to mess with that a lot, but anyway, I cut most of that out, so you guys didn't have to suffer through that like I did when I was trying to build it. So we've got like the kitchen in the back. We have a little seating area in front of the fireplace, with the little cross stitch basket. Also, that little bunny that I'm trying to put on the fireplace, it does not attach to shelves or tables. So just letting you know, I could not get it to sit up there without it floating. Anyway, we've got our little entryway right there. The living room is in the little sunroom bump out, and then we've got the dining room table in that front left part of the house. And it fits all nice together. And I like it. And I liked using that new white brick that came with the pack. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Definitely gonna be one of my new favorites. And then we only got one rug in this pack, which kind of sad about, but it is a cute rug. That's all I have to say about it. I also realized I used the Seasons dining chairs in this build and the second build that I did. So if you don't have Seasons, I'm very sorry. I just love those chairs. So I noticed I use them a lot. I'm sorry. That new little basket with like the blankets and pillows is also really cute. Love that. Oh, I forgot to mention about like Realm of Magic with this pack. But I'm sure that's very self-explanatory. If you want to create like a whimsical fantasy style house, this pack in Realm of Magic is for you. I feel like this pack fits in well with a lot of the other packs that we already have. It's just a matter of there not being as many build buy items as I would like. But that's okay. It's fine. We're fine. We're getting through it. The Sims 5 will be here soon, and then we'll have the same issues all over again, so it's great. So anyway, in the upstairs of this build, we've got that little tiny bathroom, which goes to like the front window there, and yes, it works. I mentioned this before, I play tested it, it works. I know sometimes I'm known for not play testing my builds, but then again, I also don't do anything too crazy most of the time. But yes, I play tested this to make sure it was functional, and your sim can use the toilet and wash their hands and take a shower and get in and out of the bathroom. So you're welcome. And then this little spot up here is the bedroom. It's not really ideal because there's like 3 tiny little windows in there, but then again, it's your bedroom and that's where you sleep. So for a sim, I feel like they don't really need that much sunlight in there, so it's fine. Anyway, we are getting to the end of the video, so I'm gonna stop rambling and you guys can hear me talk more about this pack when I do my next speed build, which will be up in the next few days probably. So thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with me, and please leave a comment about what you think about the pack and my build and the pawn tool and all that good stuff. And if you like the video, give it a little like, and if you like my videos and you want to see some more speed builds, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all next time. Bye guys.